A small plane of Pakistan International Airlines was ready for takeoff at Gwadar Airport. Like always, it was a routine flight. But today was not a normal day in any way for Pakistani authorities, because at that time, no one knew that 3 hijackers are also traveling in the plane. Suddenly it was learned that a plane has been hijacked. In the next few hours, PIA Flight 544 was going to be the headlines of national and international media for Pakistan, which had to conduct its first nuclear test after just 3 days. This PIA Flight 54 brought extremely difficult times for the next several hours. So difficult that Pakistan was forced to wave the flag of India. Welcome once again in the video's informative World Watch TV. This was the evening of 25th, 1998. Pakistan International Airlines, or PIA Flight 544, took off from Turbat city of Balochistan and landed at Gwadar International Airport. It was a small Fokker F-27 aircraft of PIA, which had only 20 minutes stay at Gwadar Airport. Here, 3 passengers disembarked and a new passenger boarded. Boarding is done. Now a total of 27 passengers and 5 crew members were present in the ship. After passenger boarding, the ship took off at 5:05 in the evening, and now its next and final stop was Karachi International Airport, where it landed exactly after 1 hour, 6:55 p.m. Only a few minutes had passed since takeoff from Gwadar Airport when a passenger got up and started going towards the cockpit, on which the air hostess tried to stop him. He managed to push the air hostess and go inside the cockpit. Let us tell you here that when all this was happening in PIA Flight 544, after 3 days on 28th of 1998, Pakistan had to conduct its first nuclear test on the hills of Chagai district of Balochistan province. Was named Chagai 1, and it was a very important day in the history of Pakistan because India had conducted its second nuclear test in Pokhran 2 earlier this month. In the eyes of the world, Pakistan was already 24 years behind in the nuclear race because India had conducted its first nuclear test. Nuclear test Pokhran 1 was done in 1974. This is the reason why Pakistan did not want any kind of mess before its first nuclear test. But despite not wanting, what was feared happened. On the other hand, the person who forcefully entered the cockpit of PIA Flight 544 took out his pistol and told the pilot that the plane has been hijacked. There were 2 more accomplices of the hijackers in the passenger cabin. When they saw that the pilot was under control, they got up from their seats and with the help of weapons, they made all the passengers hostage. Gave a warning to the passengers that if they showed any trick, the plane would be blown up with a bomb, which one of them had tied on his body. Before anyone could understand anything, pilot also made an announcement and confirmed this with PK 544. Talking about the crew, it included pilot Captain Uzair Khan, pilot First Officer Mohammed Faisal, 2 air hostesses Khaleda Afridi and Azma Irani, and a ground engineer Sajjad Chowdhury. All 3 hijackers did not appear to be educated. They were wearing shalwar kameez. And since they were boarded from Turbat, there were a lot of chances that they also belonged to Balochistan province. But what was the demand of the hijackers? Balochistan province is the largest province of Pakistan located in the south and has been here since the era of British India. Some tribes wanted their own separate country, but in 1947, Pakistan and India were partitioned, and Balochistan was declared a province of Pakistan. Since then, some tribes of Balochistan are against the Pakistani government, and they do not like to use the natural resources of Balochistan. It seems that on the 28th of 1998, Pakistan had to conduct its first nuclear test in Chagai district of Balochistan. According to the reports, the local population here was in danger that if nuclear testing was done in this area, then they were given its terrible consequence. On the other hand, Pakistani government, the point is that few people lived here. Before the nuclear testing, these people was shifted to another area. Just in this conflict, Baloch was incendiary regarding this matter, and to raise his voice, he had hijacked PI of Flight 544 just 3 days ago. On the other hand, the hijacker present in the cockpit demanded from Captain Uzair Khan that the plane should be taken directly to India's capital, New Delhi, instead of Karachi. Why did the hijackers make this demand to take us to Delhi? It is believed that perhaps they wanted to attract the attention of the whole world by landing in India. They thought that if we were against the Pakistan government, then perhaps we would get a soft corner in India, because the similar incident had happened 5 years ago in 1993. Indian Airlines Flight 439 was going from Delhi to Madras when it was hijacked by a Sikh truck driver alone. He demanded the pilot to take the plane to Lahore International Airport in Pakistan. But after not getting the permission, the plane was landed in Amritsar itself, where the hijacker surrendered himself after holding a press conference on the media. Perhaps the below hijackers also had a similar plan. The captain of Flight 544 landed the plane under gunpoint. We turned the direction towards India and announced to the passengers that we would land in the Indian city of New Delhi. But the hijackers did not know that the captain had secretly put the aircraft's transponder in hijack mode, which alerted the traffic controller on the ground. Signal had been sent to the hijacker that this plane has been hijacked. PI Flight 544 was now crossing Karachi and moving towards the Pakistan-India border. Meanwhile, the pilot told the hijacker that this is a small Faker F-27 plane, which does not have enough fuel so that we can emit. In order to go directly to New Delhi, which is 1,100 kilometers away, the plane will have to land somewhere for refueling. The pilot told the hijackers that we should land at India's Bhuj Airport, which is located in Gujarat, 300 kilometers away from Karachi. The hijackers agreed to this. When we went, the pilot contacted the control tower and asked for permission to land at Bhuj Airport. But here the pilot Uzair Khan had shown cleverness, and in fact he had called not Bhuj Airport but Hyderabad Airport of Pakistan. Information had already reached that Flight 544 had been hijacked, due to which the control tower of Hyderabad Airport was also already on alert. Further, the authorities of Hyderabad Airport also declared themselves as Bhuj Airport and gave permission to the captain to land. It was nighttime, and now emergency was declared in the whole of Hyderabad that a plane has been hijacked which will land at Hyderabad Airport in some time. And the biggest issue was that the hijackers are considering this airport as India's Bhuj Airport. The authorities were asked to immediately remove all signs that identify the airport from the entire airport. The airport authorities did the name of Hyderabad written on the terminal building, removed signboards from the entire airport, burned off the lights, and even on the building itself. The flag of Pakistan was removed and the flag of India was also hoisted. Apart from this, the entire Hyderabad city was blacked out in collaboration with the local administration so that the hijackers could not identify any specific sign of Hyderabad at the time of landing. Rangers and police vehicles kept their vehicles at the airport itself. Lights were switched off and it was parked. But all this happened so suddenly that no one knew the next plan of action. As the night wore on, PK-544 finally landed at Hyderabad Airport. Airport authorities looked inside the windows of the plane and saw a hijacker cockpit. One was near the main door, while the third one was walking in the cabin. There was silence for about an hour, but then at 11:35 in the night, the door of the plane opens, and ground engineer Sajjad Chaudhary is sent out from inside to bring them food and water. And he was sent out with a special message. The scared ground engineer came to the airport authorities and put forth the demand of the hijackers in front of the police. The hijackers, who thought that they had landed at India's Bhuj Airport, demanded that they land in India. Wanted to have a meeting with Pakistan High Commissioner. Their biggest demand was to stop nuclear testing in Balochistan. Police were given information that a squad of Pakistan Army commandos was coming from Islamabad. Till then, they kept wasting the time of hijackers by any means. Therefore, policemen decided to interact with the hijacker by posing as Indians. Senior Superintendent of Police, Akhtar Gaur Chani, named himself Manoj Kumar. ASP Usman Anwar became Ramchandra, and Deputy Commissioner Sohail Shah became Gopichand. They kept whatever name they understood at that time, took courage, and went near the plane in civil dress. He gave food to the hijackers and passengers and met them in a very friendly manner. SSP Akhtar Gorcharge knew the language. He was able to understand the mutual conversation of the hijackers very easily, but he did not suspect them at all. This was not allowed to happen. The police officers spent several hours with the hijackers, and the level of trust had increased between them. They were told that the Pakistan High Commissioner had left from New Delhi, and it would take some time for him to reach here, whereas in reality, they were all members of the Pakistan Army. The SSP was waiting for the commandos. He said, in his interview, there were only 2 hours left in the morning. There was no sign of the Army commandos. Now I'm telling him again and again that at what time will the commandos come, no matter what the limit. It means that 5 hours have passed. Now in a little while after 2 hours, Fajr Azan, the call to prayer at dawn, will start here. Hence, when the trust level increased to a great extent with the hijackers, both the police officers and a deputy commissioner decided to take action themselves. On one occasion, all three attacked the hijackers together and overpowered them and snatched the weapons from them. Later, it was found that they did not even have any bomb. The real names of the three hijackers were revealed to be Shah Sawar Baloch, Sabir Baloch, and Sabir Rind. While they were in the plane, Jamal Hussain was traveling in the names of Anwar Hussain and Ghulam Hussain. There was no casualty in the entire climax, and all the passengers were safely sent back to Karachi in the same ship. Hope you all like and share this video of informative World Watch TV. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next great video.